Vlogmas day 1. Thought it'd be great to start off the month by getting a little bit organized, so I'm going to start off today by cleaning my pantry. Yeah, keep watching if you want to see what I did today.
Alright, so to get started here, I want to show you the containers that I use to organize the pantry. So this first one here is one from the Container Store. This is actually the biggest one that I could find, and it's also the most expensive one. So this one costs $24.99 for just one of the containers. And then these other two here I got from Target, and they're pretty much the same size as the Container Store one, but they were a lot cheaper. They were only $14.99 each, and so I picked up two of those. And then I got those ones next to them as well, also from Target. And these were even a little bit cheaper than the last ones, and they were actually, I believe, around $12.99 or $12.49. Yeah, and they're good for smaller things. They're not that tall, they're not that deep, but that's fine for smaller items in the pantry. And then next here, I got this set from TJMaxx. So this was actually the best deal of all. It was 3 pieces for $12.99. And I honestly would have bought more if there was more, but that was all I could find at the time. And then also from TJMaxx, I found this set that has 3 different sizes. So it has small, medium, and large. And there's still, even the large one's not that big, but it was a good deal as well for $12.99. So I thought that was great, and I picked that up. And then for organizing the cans, I got this thing that expands, and it's like a 3-tier shelf. And honestly, I've seen this in so many places for like $20, and I got it only for $5.99 from HomeGoods. So that was a really good deal in my opinion. And finally, to label, I found these labels on Target.com. So I'm going to be using these as the final touch to just label every container to make sure to keep everything organized. Alright, so now guys, this is the before shot of the pantry. So it's really messy, and I'm sure you can tell, but it's even messier in person, I feel like. So it's just everything stacked onto each other. We just keep throwing things in, and it's just a complete mess. Also, just a tip guys, before you go shopping for containers, make sure you just measure and figure out how many you need, because you don't want to buy too many or too little, or figure out if you need deep ones or things like that. And now on to emptying out the whole pantry. It's really important to empty out everything first. I think it's the best way to do it, because if you try to go shelf by shelf, it can get a little bit complicated. So I just decided to take out everything from the pantry, and on the floor I'll show you what I did, but I kind of try to categorize it as I was taking it out. So I put like baking things together, or like, I have some extra plastic wraps. I put all that together, cans together, so I think it kind of helps in the process of organizing. This is what the pantry looked like empty finally, and it's been so long since we've seen this pantry empty that we didn't even notice how scratched up the walls were. But luckily it was just like markings from like boxes and stuff that we probably pushed in there a couple times. So I just grabbed a magic eraser, and luckily it did the trick. It's, as you can see here, just from a couple of swipes, it was taking away a lot of the markings. And after doing this for, I would say, about 20 or 30 minutes, it did take a little bit of time to do the whole pantry, but it was definitely worth it. So this is what I was telling you guys about the organization. I know it looks like a mess, but it is an organized mess. So this is kind of what the floor looks like. So don't worry, it always gets messy before it gets clean. So here what I'm doing is basically I'm starting to categorize things. So this one was kind of like the sugars bin, we can say. So I'm putting all the different types of sugars we had, and then just try to squeeze that in there so it can all fit. Next up I did like flowers. So really you pick whichever theme works for you, however you like to categorize things. It's really, individual, like it's whatever you like and whatever's going to work for you. That's the way to do it. So as I was organizing each bin, I kind of started putting them in the pantry, and you can switch this around as you go, but I was just kind of, you know, putting in a couple and seeing how I like it. And then finally, this is what the final product looks like. Um, so it's a lot more organized. Still, definitely, we have a lot of things in here. And you can see the pink stickies. I put those temporary labels, so I want to see if I like what I wrote there, if it works for me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use those labels that I bought from Target, those prettier labels. But yeah, guys, that's all it takes. It honestly took a little bit longer than I expected it to, but that's because I wasn't really counting all the cleaning that I did. But it's all worth it. I've had it like this for a day now, and I love it. It's just so much more organized. I can see everything that I have, and yeah, I definitely recommend getting your pantry organized.